What's up, guys? We're gonna roll beats, and today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make some hard beats with no skill whatsoever. So let's just hop right into it. We just dropped some new tech over at Producer Portal. If you want to make your drums hit harder and stand out from the crowd, check it out now. You'll be learning a fresh, more effective approach to making your drums more powerful and punchy. Not just the same old YouTube tips and tricks. You'll be learning how to take your drums from this to this. See you there. We got a few sounds here, so I just chose this brightness sound. We'll start with this is in the general MIDI, and this is the brightness preset. Okay, so we're gonna be starting with this little preset I found, and I'll make this super easy. Let's just do a C minor, just make it easy. And this is just for people that don't know like chords and stuff, they can follow along. So let's go in here, and we're just gonna make this real simple and basic. Let's do like a more modern type of feel. Let's see this. We could do a bass line like that. Okay, so here's our bass line, just something simple. We'll just copy it over, and then all we're gonna do is just use our root up top. Now you're probably like, oh, we didn't start on the root. You don't need to start on the root every time. You can start wherever you want. A scale is just a guide to help you kind of stay along the lines, but you don't need to like stay right here, right? You don't have to do that. So we're gonna take this, pull this up, and then we're gonna create a fifth. So we're gonna go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if you notice something, if we pull this over and we pull this down, it matches. So it all comes full circle. And yeah, from here we just, if you want to just keep it like this, you can. I'm gonna make these a little shorter, and I'm just copy this over, and we can just start here. And this is gonna be our like starter, okay? So this is gonna be our first melody, and we'll just do all this here because it's, I'll tell you, like, this stuff is super easy. We can put this on bar just so it repeats. Make sure it's repeating. And we have this sounds. What is this? In 𝗗𝗢𝗣𝗘&𝗗𝗏. Is this an ARP? Yeah, it's an ARP. We'll favorite this. It's not a bad preset. So this is the preset, synthetic synth steps. And yeah, I think we can go ahead and add like a little melody in here. Just something. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. We just want this to sound cool for when we add like effects. And honestly, I think that's good enough. And we'll try to put this in the same spot and pull it down. All right, that's decent. Okay, and it's not sounding like spectacular right now, but keep in mind we will be, you know, manipulating this and adding effects later. And then what we're gonna do is just copy this here, make it easy. And it's just the Funny Clowns preset in the same bank. It's down here. I favorite it so you know which one. And then with this one, we could just make a melody with this. And I'll make sure that's on bar. And we'll just delete this top part. We'll crunch this down. And from here, you just kind of make a little decent melody depending on the ARP, because it's going to play by itself, right? The key is we just want a lot of chaos. We don't want anything. Let me see. We just want a lot of stuff to play with when we add like a gross beat, or if you use Shaperbox, whatever plugin you use. Let's maybe, and that should be good, right? That's enough chaos in my opinion. So let's play it. This is our full thing we're gonna play with. Okay, you're probably like, this is super basic. Again, this is no skill. This is if you're literally your first time coming in, or if it's your 1,000th time making the beat. I'm gonna make this real simple. So this is all you need. You don't really need to even be good at none of this. This is all very novice stuff. that's our melody. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is manipulate this, and I'll set everything up so it's just easy to follow and it's not a bunch of jumping around. Now we're gonna go ahead and manipulate our samples. So here I just have some little presets that I use. So how this is gonna work is you want this OTT, okay, in here, and you could copy the exact settings if you want, but this is just how I have it set up in like my preset chain. Okay, so the idea is you're gonna use this to kind of like EQ or prep it. So it's gonna add a little bit of distortion to the melody and kind of clean it up so it's not so like muddy, I guess. And then after that, we're gonna render and then put it into here. Now this is where you can kind of do whatever you want. I just have my own presets, like I said. So I just have my own portal preset here, and I'll play everything, and then just elastic pitch, okay, and then just like a fruity distort, and I'll adjust this, of course, it's a preset. So and then lastly, you'll put it through something else, like, you know, I have my compressor on there, okay, and then this little juggling signs preset. Now usually I just change this depending on what it is, right? So let's go through how to do this. So basically we're gonna put our melody down, and I'm gonna just cut this off right here, and I'm gonna run all of our melodies through. Let me clean it up so it looks better. Clean it up, run it through the one, right? So our track one, we're gonna route it here, and I'll just reset it just so we know. And then all you're gonna do is turn it on, and then we're going to, you could just render regularly, but I'm gonna do it here just so it's easier. Okay, and then let's name it OTT render, just so we know the order. We could probably put like 1. Okay, now you're probably wondering, okay, why are we doing that? Well, when you like manipulate it and you add like gross beat or whatever effects you want to add, usually those high frequencies are the ones you're going to hear the most. So that's why I like to add like the OTT, or you could add an EQ, whatever you want to add, just to kind of clean up some like those weird frequencies. So yeah, so now what we're going to do is take this, okay, and run it through 2. So this is this one, and I'm just going to reset this color, because so now we're running it through 2, and this is what it would sound like. Let's see, we might need to adjust it depending. And to be honest, I could, you know, I could choose a different preset, whatever. It's not the best, but like for what I'm trying to do, I think this is fine to start with. So yeah, this is just my portal preset here, pressure. And I guess I could turn them on one by one. So this really chops it up the most, and then we have this EQ to pull it up, or not EQ, this pitch. And then that distortion on top to kind of bring it back at the forefront. I feel like it's a lot. Okay, so I like that so far. So what we're gonna do lastly is render this, okay? And you wanna do the whole thing. Now there's a faster way to render. You could just click this and then go up here, this recording, rendered ARM tracks, right? And it just renders that way, like whichever way works for you. So now we have this, and I'll put this, and I'll put like, we'll put pre-effects render, oops. And then we'll put 2 so we know that which order it was in, right? So now you can hide this a bit. We need to zoom in. And I know this is a lot, but this is just the process. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. We're gonna put it on 1/2 beat, pull it back, and pull it in like that. And we're just gonna repeat it like that, just so we have a on beat. So now our melody is on beat. Last step. So we're gonna take this and put this through 3, right? And there's no like fast way I could show you this. Like it's the only like way I could really show you. I guess I could try to make these same color, but we'll just do this color just so we can tell which is which. So now we're gonna put it into the third one, and this is, we're just gonna leave it flat, or I guess you could record it too, but we'll just leave it flat, and then I'll just adjust some of these settings. So here we have the compressor, and then this. And to be honest, I'm fine with that. I would probably change some things off camera just to like play around, right? Right, but for me, that's fine. That's why I have the presets. So when you find like cool little setups, save them so you can use them later. You save a lot of time. So that's it. I know it took a while. I think we run with this, and now we can go ahead and start our drums. Now we're gonna go ahead and start our drums. So what I'm gonna do is just pull all of these up. So I'm gonna group a track from above, group a track above, just so we know where it came from. And then I think what we can do is copy this. We can clone it. Now that way we can like have a separate part for our drums. Put this down here. And honestly, we can, let me see, delete this. We could put this on our 808 just so we have that, and we can just delete it. Okay, and we'll just mute the 808s for now. We'll do those separately because, you know, I like to use multiple 808s. And then now we pull these up. And then for our drums, real simple stuff, right? Like we can just put our little layers in. Make it on bar. Probably turn some of these up a bit, and then let's go in here and make a little hi-hat pattern. This stuff is real simple. You can kind of go with whatever you want, obviously. Let's just throw in like a, nah, it's not fast enough. Copy that over. And then I guess it'll just repeat. Just repeat that. I want this to repeat like this. Okay. And then we're gonna use this open hat and kind of do some slides with this. And then we're gonna press the slide button right here, and then you can kind of, I'll just like to use the same note and just play around with it. Just to add some like little variation in there. Okay, and I think the drums are fine for now. I'm trying to see, let me listen to it. Just add like a kick just to get a reference, just a kick. Okay, I think that's good. Probably would need to mix this stuff in a little bit better, but I think that's fine for the drums. So let's go ahead and we can add our low end and we'll finish it up. Now we're gonna go ahead and start our low end. So this is gonna be pretty easy. But you know, for me, I like to use multiple 808s nowadays just because I think it's more interesting. So we'll just go down and play around with some of these notes here. And I'm gonna actually mute the melody so we can focus on the drums. And then we'll start with this one. And this is like the typical pattern we'll use. So I'm gonna just put this 1/2 so it's easier to look at. And actually, now that I think about it, we went up 7. We went up 7 cents right here. So we have to make this go up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then I'll just delete this. And then I'm just gonna play around with some of these slides a bit. I'll go from A. I kind of like to let it stop a little bit too, so kind of play around with some of this. I'm gonna just take this right and pull this up to D. Okay, and then we just copy it over, and then, you know, you could play around with it a little bit more if you want. We could take some of this stuff out just so it's different. It's not the same thing on every time. All right. Okay, and then we just we're instead of putting the drums for our 808, we're playing the 808 to our drums. So I'll copy this down. We'll have 2 of these. We'll pull that down, and then maybe we can like play around with this a bit. Let's see. Kind of play with that velocity a bit, and I think the rest of this could be fine, maybe. I think that's good. Okay, so that's cool with me. Let's check. Or I don't even know which one is. I think this is muted. Oh. Okay, that sounds fine. Let's make sure this is cut off. And this is just the tedious part, right? Like it's the basic part. I'll add the kick in real quick, just for like some bounce. Let's stop it right before. Just so it puts more emphasis on the kick. And then lastly, I want to do this like low 808. And this would be a lot more simple because we already did a lot with the other one, so this one could be like basic. And do something like this. And if you're wondering how my 808s are stopping, basically, if you put your envelope like this, redo it, you can control the 808 how you like. So basically, you would turn this attack down, turn this up, and then like that. So it should look like a square that way. You can play it like a synth. So that's kind of how mine is set up. Boom, pull them over. Maybe we can let this one go a little longer. Play this without it. I kind of like it higher. Okay, I think that's good. We're pretty much done here, and then we have multiple, right, to play with. So like, we can kind of mess around with some different, what am I trying to say? The different arrangement. Boom, and I'm gonna just hide this real quick. So we'll play it, and I'll just kind of like bounce through some of the stuff, and then just a typical EQ and stuff, just typical stuff, right? And I probably should adjust this too as we play it. And you can obviously add more to it, of course, if you want to add like a little lead up there or something like that. But it's gonna be for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you like, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.